Hello and welcome. Today I'm gonna be talking to you about how you can level up as a developer with content creation. And this doesn't matter if you're a senior or a junior, or if you're a front end or a back end or you're DevOps really. So let's get started. Hello, I'm Pachi, known as Apache Codes through the web. I am developer relations engineer at Neuralink, where I do lots of fun stuff like streaming on Twitch, writing blog posts, and just being very active in the community. And one of my goals is just educate people and teach the world to code. Some context. My background, I was a nanny for almost 10 years, and I turned into a web developer, and I turned into a person in DevOps. So I did all those things. I started writing and streaming actually before I even knew that DevOps was a thing. Now I'm a speaker. So this is kind of my main background as a content creator, and now I have invented myself on YouTube as well. So I want to talk about content creation because that's something that really helped me to level up as a developer for a bunch of reasons that I'm going to be talking to you in a minute. So why? We developers, we like to learn. We have to learn new things all the time. Like I mentioned, I am primarily, I used to be a web developer, and there's this joke in the community. There's a new JavaScript framework coming out every day, and the frameworks have their own frameworks, like really, and you have to learn if you want to be up to date. But even when we don't have to learn something, we want to learn. Is the thing about developers, we're just curious. We just want to learn new things. And you can get this need that you have to learn and join this do content creation. And that this really can level up us. So why? Why do you want to create content? First and foremost, to showcase your expertise. So if you are really good at JavaScript, for example, and the writing posts about JavaScript, and I'm going to be using writing as an example, but this applies to the other type of content that I'm going to be talking soon. But you show yourself as expertise. Like, just pretend you are on Twitter and there's a thread and somebody's asking, hey, I don't really understand Redux, right? Can somebody explain it to me? And you happen to have this really great blog post that you wrote about what is Redux. So say, hey, I can help you. I wrote this. And you're showing that as expertise. And you know that people are always watching you. The web, you showing people that, hey, that's that person. They know their thing. And it's really great for you. Not just in a job search perspective, but people gonna start to recognize you as an expert on that thing. And again, you don't even have to be an expert, just you have to know what you're talking about. Second, teaching is the best way to learn. You must have heard that a bunch of times. For several reasons. When you're teaching, usually what you do to teach is just repeat what you learned with your words. And that helps you to fix what you learn and to make sure you understand it better. And while you're learning, you are sharing what you know and you're helping the community while leveling up. And I think that's awesome. Last but not least, it's great for networking. I don't like the word networking, but it's the word that we use. I like to say it's great for creating connections. Again, remember that I told you that you can just share a blog post that you wrote about a topic when somebody needs for help. And that person that you helped back then, they're gonna remember you, okay? And you can build on that topic. You can create a thread, you can help more people. And let's say a great example, my job that I have right now. How did I get a job? A friend that I never met in person, that I just had this connection through Twitter, and they knew I create content. And because of that, when they hear about this position, they say, hey, I think Pat would be a great match for it. Because I have been networking, without networking, have been creating connections through my content. And content has various forms and shapes. that you can adapt and choose what's best for you. So, types of content. Writing is the most popular and has a lower entry barrier. So we can start blogging, that's how we started. You can just write tutorials. And even tweeting is considered formal writing if you do the right thing. Like, how many times have you seen, if you're active on Twitter, like a nice thread about a topic that was helpful? And you can start with that if you're comfortable. What I like most about writing is that you are exposing yourself a little, but not as much as with another types of content creation. So you can just start and test it and see what you feel. And writing is forever, is more accessible than other things. So, like I say, you can always share what is relevant. If you see people that need help, what are you talking about? Say, hey, here, I hope this helped. I wrote this. So I feel like writing is the best starting point if you want to test out content creation. Then there are videos on YouTube, TikTok, the new Instagram Reels. I don't know how to pronounce that. And again, YouTube is the most popular. It's great for if you want to do tutorials or even talk about your life and just have that recorded and saved. If you're a more modern person, TikTok has a shorter life, but has a better accounts. And if you just want to stay on Instagram, you can just record reels that are very similar to TikTok and see how it goes. And you must think, oh, but I don't have nobody follow me on Instagram. And that is great because you're not gonna have all these people judging you and watching you. So if you want to get started and you don't have a great following, you can start putting content out there without being afraid of people watching you. And as you grow, you get more comfortable and you're gonna be more confident on your video skills. Another great type of content is a podcast. You can start your own, that you can just talk about some topics, you can interview people, or you can be a guest. So the Relicans, we have 2 podcasts launches. That's a podcast for entry-level careers and developers and with different backgrounds. And had the Polyglot, that's for more senior developers that know more than programming language. And you can talk for that. You can participate in one of those. If you're interested, just come reach out to me. We'd love to interview you. And that's something that you just go there, you talk, and you already create some content. So it's another good starting point. Streaming is my favorite. I am a Twitch streamer. I stream live code there, and that's fun. Again, that's not for everybody. There's a higher level of exposition there because you have your video and your voice live, and it is a bit nerve-wracking, so I understand. But if you don't want to stream, go watch somebody stream. Go follow them on Twitch, Patchy Codes, and see how you like it. It's not as scary as it seems. And it's a great form of content creation. It's live, you get to give people feedback and answer their questions right away, and they really love it. And last but not least, speaking, like what I'm doing right now. You can speak at conferences right now. Most of the conferences are online, so it's a bit easier for you. You can talk in any conference that speak the same language you do, like English. If you speak English, you can apply for so many conferences to talk about things. And there are lots of meetups. You can look like if you're a React developer, just Google React meetups, and those are a little lower key because meetups are like usually they happen weekly. They are more casual, and that's a good starting point. And sometimes you can just record something, a little talk that you do about something they're interested, and do that in YouTube, so you can be speaking with the video things, and that's quite fun. So what to talk about, and that's gonna be a quick brainstorming. Often people say, hey, I want to write a blog post about React Rooks, I don't know, but so many people did that already. That's okay. Your unique view, your unique way of using words and experiences gonna make it so unique, and there's always somebody that's gonna make use of that. So brainstorm. We're going to create a list. If you have paper and pen, whatever, just grab something. You have 2 questions to ask yourself. What do you know? And this can be, that's my list. I know HTML, I know CSS, and a JavaScript. And I know about writing and streaming, you don't have to focus on hard skills. Soft skills, as they call, are very important for developers too. So just write everything that you know about. Now, what are you learning? Like I mentioned before, we always learn something new. I'm learning Python now. I'm learning Phaser.js, and I'm learning about community management. So those are things that I'm interested in, I'm learning, and I can write about that. And last but not least, questions you have. Like, what is Redux again? React or Vue? How do I make my own API? So just write those down. And it can be questions that you have or questions that you're seeing people have on social media. And that's really helpful. And after you have those lists, just read it over, hey, I can write about this, or I can record a video about this. I'll be comfortable, that'll be fun. And how to get started? Simple. You're gonna choose the type of content that you feel more comfortable with, or you're curious about, or if you want to get out of your comfort zone, which one will be the best? I recommend writing because it's just like, a slower key. But if you want to be a YouTuber, you can start there and choose your topic. You don't have to choose 1,000 topics right now. Just go through your list, choose one, and get started. So I have a challenge for you before I go. Create something and share it with me. Again, I recommend you start with a blogging post. If you want to write, I want to write something, go to therelicans.com and post there. I'm always there, I'm gonna read it. If you want feedback, you can ask me for feedback. I'm not gonna read it anyways. And it's an easy way to get started. The Relicans is a very safe community full of great people that they really gonna appreciate you writing there. So that's what I have for you today. Feel free to follow me. Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. Twitch is my favorite place to hang out, but I'm always on Twitter. And I go for patchicles everywhere. So please write something and share it with me. I would love to read it or watch it or listen to it. So just let me know. Have a good one. Bye.